think that impacted all of us to kind of understand the bigger picture of how COVID was impacting VLC.
So from 300, we went to 600 in COVID, like in less than 16 months. It really stretched us. And I felt that I really needed that experience, that fear, to experience the fear and let go of the fear, to really evolve my own leadership style, to then be able to contain a bigger community of parents, of teachers, of students, of management, and that's where, I think something shifted and growth became like, oh, we're growing really fast.
So growth for me, I think it speaks volumes for the kind of impact that we've been able to create in Karachi, because traditionally, what is the road map for a child over here? They go to a school and then they go to one of the bigger schools. But these kids did not want to leave VLC. They did not want to go anywhere else.
I feel really happy. It's really fun for me and I get to learn new things. The first day when I came to VLC, because that changed my life and I really love the school a lot. Because in my other schools, I didn't really enjoy that much. I didn't like it. So when my parents put me in VLC, I just felt like this is my school now, so I can go here now. Whenever I wake up, I feel excited that I can see my friends, I can do all the fun periods like cooking, library, arts. That makes me excited.
What makes me happiest is that if sometime I'm having a bad day in the mornings, and I know that if I'll come here, so I'll meet my friends and I'll go and talk with somebody about what I'm feeling bad about, and then I'll be happy again.
The thing that gets me most excited about VLC is when I get up, I know when I will get to school, all my friends will be waiting for me and we can play football. And unlike other schools, VLC is extremely stress-free.
Art, because I get to express myself in whatever way I want to. So that really gets me hyped up to come to school every morning.
And when those parents put that faith in us that yes, you take it forward, we will support you, that is when the growth actually happened. That is when the vision of VLC changed.
I would like to believe that as an organization, we are very much aligned with the universe. So even, something which seems like a difficult, challenging situation, gives us an opportunity to rethink. Because innovation and creativity is a big core value for us, right? We have embarked on a journey of a courageous curriculum. And the curriculum it's a very dynamic process. It's not like हमने curriculum बना दिया and be like, okay, this is the curriculum, now go teach it. Yes, but there's a lot of back and forth which happens. There's a lot of features of having an emergent curriculum which comes with it, right? And that's something which keeps us on our toes. And I like it that way. There is a feeling of, okay, seeing what's happening in the outside world, not just in Pakistan, but globally, right? So being aligned with what's happening and how preparing our kids for that sort of the world, right? Like a life readiness program rather than the next big test. And keep telling the parents about it, because the parents need a lot of support. So I think one of the things which has emerged for us now is that we're not just a school, we are a family enrichment space.
COVID got us into the growth phase somehow, and we didn't realize it till 2021 December, and in 2022 January we were full face to face with all our students, and that's when we realized कि हम बड़े हो गए and we need help, and it is not very easy to find the right kind of support and help and the right kind of skilled people who would understand what we are, who would understand where we are coming from, who would understand that it's not a rat race for VLC. It never was.
We have embarked on a mission of creating a courageous curriculum, right? So our curriculum will be courageous in the sense that even if these kids are going for their IGCSEs and appearing in standardized exams, it's not either or. It's not that either they get A grade or they become whole people. It's and. So they will be achieving excellence in academics, whatever excellence means for them, because excellence is a unique experience for each individual. And they will be wholesome people who are self-aware, and through that self-awareness are able to connect with the outside world and make friendships and have a view of the world, have opinion, have a voice, be curious, and also practice compassion.
I think it's going to be a very exciting process because IGCSE is only like a framework, and our students are going to appear for IGCSE exams in 10 and 11. But what we do before that is totally in our hands, right? And we can make this journey really beautiful for them with many different add-ons which resonate with what VLC stands for, which is, like making sure that they're compassionate, they have empathy for each other. And to bring in all of that, the senior school plan is not just about academics. It's about essential curriculum activities. We're bringing in community service, internship programs, like physical education in a very unique manner. And I feel like all these different activities are going to make the program so rich. So yes, they're going to get that, a flavor with all the IGCSE subjects and leading to the ICE certificate, because they'll have, a big subject variety to choose from. But at the same time, they will also be exposed to a wholesome education, I would say, a holistic approach, because we are heading into a very different world right now with ChatGPT, AI coming in. Our students need to be very resilient. They need to have very different skills. They need to have exposure to a lot of life skills. And the beauty of this curriculum that is being designed for the senior school is that it embodies all of that. It prepares you for the world that is coming in, but not in a challenging way, not in a way that they would get overwhelmed and scared, but they would look forward to the journey. But in the process, learn so much.
Now, being here for almost 5 years, it's still home. It's still home, and for me, and that's why I continue to stay here. I love mindfulness, I love teaching it, but I just also love the connections that I've built.
I think there is so much reflection and pauses of some sort between tasks that it actually makes you wonder whether the second task should be done the way it was planned, or there should be some change. And when you voice it that it should change, people will be open to changes, because it's a very adaptive environment. So I think that is what I look forward to the most. It's okay to change, and it's okay to pause and reflect and then move forward again.
When I came to VLC, I was sort of very used to following targets and following the set protocols. So that's something that I jumped in with. And what I came in and saw was that everyone was sort of working 120% to make sure that there wasn't any structure for the kids. The kids were able to be free. And I realized that VLC itself had also gone through a lot of a very big growth spurt. So they were also digesting that growth at the time of my joining. So I was also thinking कि यार अच्छा हो क्या रहा है, there's so much chaos in spaces, there's so much order in some spaces. And what that sort of helped me see, and that's something that VLC also promotes, that it's okay to have some chaos. It's okay to make a mess, And what that part has done for me is that it has helped my leadership skills as well, in terms of understanding what a leader is. A leader is honest. A leader recognizes that they don't know, and then they figure it out together with their team. And that's what VLC continuously does. they sit together and they figure it out together, and that's what they promote as well. And the funny thing is that you see that happening with the children as well. You see the children making a mess very actively and having fun in that, and that's not something that is promoted in your life. You're always encouraged to clean up. You're always encouraged to sort of color within the lines, and that's not what VLC does. And I think that as a child, I would have loved that.
Our mission is to raise conscious leaders of tomorrow. The world is in shambles, right? And it's in need of conscious leaders who embody courage, compassion, curiosity, a sense of community and creativity, right? And that's what our mission is. So everything we do revolves around this mission.
So when I joined VLC, I found out that I was expecting for the first time, and of course it was a huge personal journey, and then professionally as well. It was a little challenging for me to, see myself, where am I going to be as a parent and where am I going to be as the wellness lead in VLC. So although I struggled with that, but I got a lot of support from VLC with that. Our management truly understood. They truly allowed me to take space to process the news. They were more excited than me at some points. There were some days when I wasn't feeling my best, which is perfectly fine and that, but I got the support I needed in the most surprising of ways.
The secret sauce is, I think, the way we love our work. All of us who are working here, first of all, for us it's not work, it's the love. And I know it sounds very vague, dramatic, love, but actually it is love. The love for the kids, the love for what we do, the love for the little things that happen at VLC, and we are allowed to feel different feelings, and it is okay to feel any feeling at any time of the day, because we are all humans. So our being humans and being okay about being human is another ingredient of the sauce. Our openness and inclusivity of how we embrace people, how we open to different diversity. And here I'm not just talking about neurodiversity, I'm talking about the different cultures that are here, the different languages that are here, the different genders that are here, and how they're all welcomed and how we make them our own.
There are newer challenges coming, with grade 7 starting and things which we haven't experienced before. And of course, it reflects very much in my as for myself as a parent as well, because, for example, my oldest is also growing older and she's bringing on new challenges. So as a parent, and I'm very much aligned as a parent as an educator, right? So there's this curiosity to learn more about it and see, because I'm in an uncharted territory as personally, right? I've run a school for 7 years, for 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, but I haven't run a school for teenagers before. So this is something very uncharted, which is exciting and of course a little bit nerve-wracking. But I'm also connecting with the 13-year-old Muzaffar and really seeing what did I need in school at that time.
Saying, okay, it's uncertain right now. I remember back even in the COVID days, Muzaffar used to have this line that he used to say, let it brew. Which really just means I know things are uncertain, let's stay with the uncertainty. So uncertainty is not something we really shy away from, or let's not talk about it. No, let's talk about it. Let's talk about how uncertain things are.
Let it brew और फिर मजा आएगा.
अब है मजा आएगा. पहले था let it brew.
But I think the common hurdle is expansion. But I think one thing that expansion taught us is we learned to work with people coming from diverse backgrounds. So I think we learned and we built that community on trust by building, and we built that community on working on diversity.
Yes, so I think this tagline started I started talking about it with like think about like Snap Fest. So when our first Snap was 300 people, and we were like, maza aayega. And when the event ended, people were like, yeah, bahut maza aaya. And then it was like, okay, the next Snap Fest, 1,000 people. Maza aayega. Yes, maza aaya, you know. And then we are starting a new building. We're going to Clifton. Maza aayega. You know, and then KWF, we hosted Karachi Wellness Festival recently with like 6,000 people. And the team is like, so the idea is that there's a sense of joy in what we do. And we might not feel it on a day-to-day basis, but then when we have come this far and we look back, there's a sense of, whoa, we did it, right? And again, this is something one person couldn't have done it. So as a team, when we look back, there's a lot of sense of joy. So this tagline started, the two taglines, one is Maza Aayega and trust the process. So trust the process, Maza Aayega, whatever that means.
If I were to describe VLC in 3 words, they would be fun, home, and friendship.
Caring, supportive, and fun.
Joy, trust, and love. Community, growth, differential learning.
Belonging, second home, community.
Joy, growth, and consciousness. Creativity, courage, community.
Comfort, understanding, and love.